Namaskar. This evening we'll be discussing about the Panchama Veda, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, English page 860 and Bengali page 929. Those who are continuously attending this class, you know that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he has come from Dakshineshwar to Calcutta, and there he has come for the treatment. So that the Master Masha, he is recording that. So before you start reading, let us chant this mantra. Tavo kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhiriritam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatam bhubi grinanti e bhurida janaha. Now the words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and that is giving us the eternal life, the words only. Why? Because from there we get the jnana, the knowledge, the direction, and we can understand how we should live, what are the things we should do. This is the way. Now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has come to Calcutta, a particular place that's called Shampukur. It is in the northern side of the Calcutta, north part of the Calcutta. That particular house is still there, and it has become a Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama. And Dr. Sharkar, in those days, he was a very famous doctor. He used to come and he used to treat. And now, in the scripture, it says, how you will know a person is a holy person? The moment you approach, the moment you go near him, you will feel like talking or listening about God. So that is the yardstick of that holy person. And now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself, the God himself. So obviously, whoever is to come, and they will be talking about God, listening about God, discussing about God, and the philosophy. So we have heard how it was going on. And this time, Sri Ramakrishna was talking about Brahman. Why? Because Dr. Sharkar is an intellectual person. He was a researcher. He used to research on different things. So obviously the devotion didn't appeal to him. Oh, go and pray to God, cry before God, cook for God. Ah, no, that is not. So he wanted to know about the Brahman, and now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is talking about the Brahman, and then today you'll be talking about the Samadhi. Particularly the Samadhi, the end of all suffering. Why we suffer? Because we don't get what we want from this world. So that is the cause of suffering. A different type of desires are there. When it is fulfilled, a little bit of joy. When it is not fulfilled, and then it is suffering. So this is, anyone we all know it. And where we suffer? Physically? No, mentally. So we will discuss about that, but Sri Ramakrishna here, he is mentioning in the Samadhi that comes at the end of reasoning and discrimination. No such thing as I exist. In the Swami Vivekananda's one poem is there, in the end he is mentioning, Bahe matra ami ami. At the end, when we are withdrawing the mind slowly, slowly, then ultimately it goes, and I am meditating, that I is floating still in the mind. Bahe matra, bahe means the flowing, the waves of I am meditating. She dharao bandha holo, shunne shunna milailo. That's a beautiful way he is using these words. Shunne, in nothing, nothing merges. and nothing is there, then something must be there. What is that? You cannot express. That is the problem. When you go and merge with the Brahman, sometimes people say it is joy, sometimes say it is eternity, sometimes they say it is fearlessness. But that way, somehow you're trying to express. But unless and until you are realizing that, you won't understand it completely. And the moment you realize that, you won't be able to express it also. Why? It is beyond time, space, and causation. We can express, we can talk about that thing which comes under these three: time and causation and space. So this is the situation, and that is the time, and this is the description. So we say like that. Whatever, wherever we do, and this is the way. But when it is not there, how can I express? I cannot express. So this is the ultimate of our experience. And when we experience that, there is only joy and nothing else. So end of all suffering. Bhagavan is mentioning Samadhi is the end of all suffering. And this, there should not be any I. There are lot of reasoning and discrimination. Why we are reasoning like this? Why I am suffering? Because I was expecting. Sometimes we think in this way, I won't go, but they should invite me. If I am not going, then what is the reason of their invite or not? No. If they are not inviting me, then I suffer thinking that they are ignoring me. But when they invite me, then it satisfies the ego. Oh, they have not ignored me, but I won't go. See how it goes? The mind is a very peculiar. We do not understand actually why we suffer. We imagine something, and then on that imagination, either we enjoy or we suffer. But that mind completely will be absent. If the mind is there, then thought will be there. And when the thought will be there, the waves of suffering and joy will be there. So, but it is extremely difficult to attain it. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning it. Friends, I will just mention about from the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, the Samadhi Pada. We will come to that. I consciousness lingers so persistently. I consciousness lingers so persistently. That is why a man is born again and again in this world. So, in just 3-4 lines, it gives the history of our spiritual life. The suffering because of I. We cannot go beyond the I. And when we try to identify I, we do not find it actually. Because when we say I, we point out to this body. Now reasoning, which body? The body which was on the lap of my mother, the tiny little baby? Or this body? Or the old body that will be dying? Which body I am mentioning? I. Mind constantly changing. Which mind I say I? We don't know actually why we say I. Everyone say I. Even the children also will say, my happy birthday. Who is this my? They don't know, but they are identified with the body and the name. So name and form is this word, Jagat. And if you are there, no problem actually, if you are there, the only thing, there will be sometimes suffering, sometimes joy. It will go like this. When you are living in the first world country, it is joy. When you are living in the third world country or the developing country, suffering, so it goes in this way only. You cannot expect that you will be always having the good part of life. No. Maybe you will be on that side, maybe you will be in this side, and maybe in different forms it goes on. And that is why they say, since you have got the human birth, and this is a very, very special, the human birth, particularly the Shankaracharya is mentioning, and if you are having the Brahmanatya, the, the Brahmanatya means you have a thought. Now you have understood that this life, whatever I wanted, I have achieved it. But look at me, still I am not happy. I wanted to become educated, an engineer and doctor or professional, I have become. I wanted to be successful in my profession, I have become. I wanted this, I wanted that, I have got. But still, when I am alone in my room, why I can't be happy? So that we have to understand. So pondering, thinking starts from there. So that is called reasoning. Ultimately, I am not happy, though I am having everything. But still, I am not happy. To some extent, it is satisfied, but not happy. So, how to be happy? This is very important. I think in the next month, second week, July second week, Saturday, I will be giving the talk on this happiness. But though I am not completely happy, a little bit of happiness, but still have to speak on that. So happy. So how to be happy? This happiness is a concept. So we think that we will achieve it, but ultimately we cannot reach that. We get happiness for some time and then it goes away. What is the cause? I. How to eradicate the I? By Samadhi. And what is this Samadhi? It is reasoning and constantly discriminating. What is the discrimination? Discrimination means temporary and permanent. Is it permanent? No. It is permanent? No. Then why unnecessarily I will spend my time on that, my energy on that, if it is not permanent? So that permanency I want. So this is the discrimination. This world and God. What is the difference? The God is permanent, this world is not. So that much only and nothing else. The cow suffers so much because she says, hamba, hamba, from the village. So obviously all this type of references comes. He gives that this is the way how the cows are suffering. The cows from the beginning it's a hamba. Hamba means I, as if I. Hum, hum. In Hindi, hum means that I. So hamba, hamba means I. Then this I, it is yoked in the plough all day long, and then she is slaughtered by the butcher, and even then it does not end. The misery, the cobbler tans her hide to make the shoes from it. The last, the carder makes a string for his bow from her entrails, and use that string to carding them. And it says, Tuhu, tuhu. How's Ramakrishna giving that the description that those who have seen in the villages, they make the quilt, then from there only they'll be using. There is a very special way of using that, and by that way they make the quilt. I have seen that in the villages, they always do. And when that they are doing that, that is saying tuhu, tuhu. It's almost like that the sound comes. Tuhu again, a Hindi word that means you, thou, oh God, it is you. And in the beginning, hamba, I, and at the end, it is you. So it goes in this way. The moment we understand that it is not me but God, then the suffering goes away. Likewise, only when a man says, not I am nobody, O Lord, thou art the doer, and I am thy servant. Thou art the master, and he is free from all suffering, only then he is liberated. His all suffering ends, he is from liberated. That is the samadhi that comes at the end of reasoning. And what is this samadhi? That those who know about this Hinduism, there is a great book called Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Darshana means philosophy. It is a philosophy. Traditionally, the Hindus are having 6 philosophies. And Patanjali Darshana, or the philosophy of the Patanjali, is one of that. It's called a yoga philosophy. And the highest goal of the yogis are this, samadhi. But why it is highest? Because it says 8 steps are there. Asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Asana is the posture of sitting. How you are sitting. If you are not properly sitting, you won't be able to control your mind. But sometimes lying down, sometimes sitting, you're kneeling before, almost in the front. By that way, you cannot control your mind. So there is a particular posture is there. Sometimes some people say Padmasana, like the lotus. That is very difficult. Those who can do, they can. But otherwise, just sit very simple way. That is called the asana. Asana means sit, and you are sitting in a nice posture. Then pranayama, controlling the breathing. Why? Because when we are excited, we also breathe. Because sometimes we are afraid, we are excited. When we run, we breathe fast. By that way, that time you cannot control your mind. The breathing also should be controlled. So prana means the breathing, ayama, control. So you have to control the breathing slowly, slowly. And then comes the pratyahara. From here begins the practice. First 2, naturally you have to do. And pratyahara, this is very, very difficult. Ahara means eating. Who are eating? All the 5 organs at a time. So it is so difficult to control. The eye goes to see, and the nose goes to smell, the ear goes to hear, hand goes to touch, and of course the tongue to taste. These 5 sense organs are constantly going out. And in one of the Upanishads it says, as if the angry father has made these 5 sons go out of his house, and he is not allowing them to come in. Sometimes the fathers, when they are angry, they will be asking the son to go out. So like that, they can't come in. And what is where they will come? They will come to their own senses. So pratyahara, sometimes by mistake, mostly we think when we are using the tongue, that means the taste, that is the ahara. Ahara is Sanskrit word, means eating. No, it's not. It is only one of the 5th. Of the 5 senses are there, only one. That is the tongue. But if you have to purify your mind, control your mind, you have to be careful about what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you touch. All these 5 organs should be controlled. Then it is called pratyahara. You are withdrawing from the ahara. Sometimes to reduce the weight, people say, I am not eating. Pratyahara. I am not eating. We have to say that before meditation. I am not going to listen to anything. I am not going to smell even anything. I am not going to see anything. Not going to touch anything. So I am asking all the indriyas, come back and be over here. So when we can do that, that is called pratyahara. Ahara suddhi, shatta suddhi. Sattva suddhi, dhruva smriti. They say, so when your eating is purified, then you also become purified. Now that instruction has gone only to food. In the whole of India, they will be all the time talking about the food, but they don't care about what they see and what they touch, what they hear. Constantly wrong thing they are going on doing. Only about the food they are controlling. Do you think it is possible for them to control their mind? No. Yogi, particularly this Yoga Sutra, it says no, it is not possible. So one has to be careful in withdrawing. Pratyahara. Then you must have to have dharana. The mind has come back. And the mind will say, where are you staying? It's like a very naughty child. You have asked the child to come back. And that he was playing outside, he come inside the room. But do you think he will sit over there? He will be jumping here, he will be throwing the ball and the TV will then another problem. So you have to give the child something so that he will be in one place. Similarly, you have to give the mind also dharana. Dharana means holding, what it should hold. And that is the reason the Diksha. In the Diksha, the Guru gives the name of God and the image of God or Goddess and then say, now hold it. Then when he is meditating on that particular image of God or Goddess, and that is called holding. The first is asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. This dharana is very, very important. The more we can hold on that, the mind is now inside. It is very, very chanchal. Again, in the Yoga Sutra, it says the mind has different grades. It is Bhikshupta, Mudha, like this. There are different stages are there. Ekagra. So when it becomes Ekagra, one-pointed, that is possible only when you give something to hold. Dharana. You have to hold it. Where it will hold is a conception that you have to give. Now hold on these. Your Lord, your chosen idol, your Ishta Devata or Ishta Devi is sitting within your heart. And it is not the physical heart. You see a beautiful flower, and the flower is this color, and the god or the goddess sitting on that, and you are coming out of your body to see that god or goddess inside your heart. Look at it. You are forgetting your body. You have to come out of your body to look at your God. The God is sitting within your body, and you are looking at it from outside. That means your body is becoming the temple. It is becoming the ratha. And you are coming out and you are having the darshana. You are having the holy sight of your God inside. So this is the dharana. And if you are practicing it, then slowly you forget your body. And when you forget your body through dharana, then another two steps, dhyana and samadhi. What is the dhyana? When you are having that conception that you are looking at that God sitting within your heart, He is sitting on a flower, and flower has a color. Sometimes the gurus will say that this color, that color, and you see that color, you can see that God sitting over there, you can see the God is really living, is moving his the hands and leaves and looking at you, smiling, and what happens? You completely forget the where you are sitting and what you are doing. That is called dhyana. Dhyana means complete concentration. It is called meditation, the dhyana. The dhyana, dheya. Dhyana is the function. The dheya means the object on which you are concentrating, and you become completely transformed into that, and that is called samadhi. The samadhi means becoming that. Now you were meditating. You were meditating on Lord Krishna, and you withdraw the mind and then send it to Lord Krishna, and the Krishna was sitting on a flower. You are worshipping the Lord Krishna, and then slowly you forget everything, and you are also mixing or merging with the Lord God. Only that God is remaining and nothing else. That is called samadhi. But in this samadhi, you are taking the help of something. What is that? A name and a God. So samadhi is having two different. One is called sampragyata, asampragyata, or sabija, nirvija, sabikalpa, nirvikalpa. They're different. One is you are taking the help of an object and concentrating and transforming, becoming that. So this is also samadhi, but you are taking the help of something, so it comes under this either sampragyata or sabija. Bija means the seed. Suppose you have taken the name Omkara and you are concentrating on the Omkara. Omkara is a very holy, and then on the Omkara, when you are taking the help of the Omkara. Omkara is the seed. So sabija and sabikalpa, you are having an option. So naturally sabikalpa. Suppose when you are mastering that, then you are leaving that too. You don't need any God. You don't need any goddess. You are only concentrating on the consciousness. And that consciousness, that is called asampragyata, nirvija, nirvikalpa. So when one is meditating, the Advaita Vedanta, the Vedanta has three schools. The main two, one is Dvaita, another Advaita. And in between, the Ramanujacharya, he has made another school, and that is Dvaita, Vishishta Advaita, Advaita. The Dvaita means two, God and me. And I go to God and I merge with God, that is one. Advaita, there is no God. So what is there? I. And what is that I? Consciousness. How can I understand that I am consciousness? The vichara. You have to go on analyzing. When I was awake, I was having my body, my mind, and my mind was functioning. So that is called the awakening stage. Then I go to bed, I sleep, my body become inactive, my mind is functioning, that is dream stage. Another second stage. Then something happened when I can't understand, I don't know, I can record. And that is the time when my mind is also not functioning, I am not dreaming, but I am sleeping, because when I come back again, next morning getting up, I can remember that I didn't see any dream. Who recorded that? Body was asleep, mind was also not present because it was not functioning. Then who was there? Chaitanya, the consciousness. And where the consciousness remained? In the Prasnopanishad, one of the students is asking the Pippalada, Sir, where the mind will be at that time? Because that will be there. The consciousness that is there within me, when the mind is not functioning, usually it is with the mind. When the mind is also not functioning, where the consciousness will be? And the Rishi Pippalada, in the Prasnopanishad, he says it goes to the Paramatma. And he remains with that, there. And when you get up, again it comes back and joins with you. Now, we went to Paramatma in the sleep. Every day we do. But it is ajnana. We do not know actually. So that is the reason we come back again the old fool. It is not, it never helps. We have to understanding that I have three actually. They say body and mind. That is a human being. No. Body, mind, and the soul. And the soul is there, and the soul is consciousness. It is there. I can prove it. We are proving it. Every day we can feel it. Now I have to reach to that soul. How can I go there? I have to forget my body. I have to forget my mind. And then I am there. So that way we are practicing, and that is called meditation. When you go to sleep, we actually meditate. That's called yoga nidra. Sometimes they say yoga nidra. But the rishis and the monks, we are here in the houses. So sometimes the monks and the others, they will be outside all the time. They're watched by the local people. But they are also human beings. They like to sleep. How to sleep? they will go to sleep and they will, hey, don't disturb me. I'm going to yoga nidra. Actually going to sleep. But yoga nidra. And people say, oh, he has gone to yoga nidra. What is this yoga nidra? In that nidra, he is becoming yukta. Yoga. Yoga means united. United with what? Consciousness. He is true when he is telling that only to keep them away, not to disturb him, but he is telling the truth. We all, when we sleep, we go and merge with that consciousness. But as because we cannot retain that, a separate system has been developed, and that is called the yoga. And this yoga is not physical yoga, that is hatha yoga. Hatha yoga, the physical yoga. And this is the pure yoga, that is dhyana. And here I forget the body, then I forget the mind, then I go consciously merge with the Brahman. To merge with the Brahman, I take sometimes the help of something, maybe a name like the Omkara, maybe a form like the Krishna or Rama or Sita or Kali, whatever, but I go over there. Now, after that, when I am confident, then I practice another thing. I give up that too. Now, in the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, those who have read, you know, Sri Ramakrishna, he used to go to Ma Kali so easily that he be practiced in such a way, he will be going to worship the Kali and he himself becomes that Kali, and instead of feeding the mother, the image, he will be feeding himself. And not that, he is conscious about it. And he used to say, oh, you want me to eat? Okay, I will eat. By that way, in the beginning, people were doubting, they were thinking, oh, he's doing the drama. And they complained to the owner. And the owner, the landlord, he came, he saw, but he was a lucky person. He could really, really see it is not Sri Ramakrishna. It is the same goddess Kali. He is eating in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. So he said, don't disturb him. So now you see, Sri Ramakrishna, he developed into that, and Sabija, or we can say the Sabikalpa, with the help of the goddess Kali, every day, every moment, he was merging with the god or goddess. Now one guru came. He is Advaita Vedantin guru. He came from the UP, and he was Tota Puri, the Puri Sampradaya. Out of the 10 Sampradaya, Puri Sampradaya. And he came and told him, hey, I have come to teach you Vedanta. I have seen you, and I noticed that you are the perfect receiver of Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. There is no form, there should not be. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna, like a child, he ran to the mother, Ma Kali. The mother, he has come and asking this. Then he came back and reported. Mother told, she has brought you here to teach me the another way. Well, no problem. Since Mother has said, I'm ready to learn. Look at it, how he is beginning with the Dvaita. And, and then, when he was meditating, again and again he was failing. Siddhama Krishna. Then the Guru was sitting by his side and he could understand that he cannot concentrate completely. And he said, what happened? Why you can't concentrate? He said, the moment I try to concentrate on Nirakara, I see my mother Kali is standing before me. I cannot overcome that. Where did you see him? Here he showed. And the moment he showed that, there was a small piece of the glass, and he pierced that in between the two eyebrows. He said, now cut down the mother and go into Nirakara. This is Hinduism. From the Shakara to Nirakara, with form to without form. No problem. If you want, you can. Sri Ramakrishna, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is the example, living example. The moment he did that, this boy, he immediately went into Nirvikalpa Samadhi without taking any help of any god, any goddess, any concept, nothing. And we cannot imagine even. You cannot even imagine. Those who are researching and then sending the rockets, they are so intelligent. You ask them to go into Samadhi, they won't be able to do that. Completely different. Externally, when we are working, that is so easy. But when you are alone and you are facing your own mind, which is loaded with so many thoughts, so many impressions, and you are washing your own mind with your mind, imagine it. It's not so easy. And that Sri Ramakrishna went into Nirvikalpa Samadhi 3 days and 3 nights without any movement, like a stone image, statue. He was meditating. Now his guru became concerned. What happened to this boy? He has reached to the position. To reach over there, it took me 40 years of my practice. And in no time. Because the mind was ready, mind was pure, mind was not having any attachment of the worldly things. The I consciousness was not present at all. So he went into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So we find Sampragyata Samadhi or Sampragyata. Or means negative. Sabija with the seed, Nirvija without any seed. Sabikalpa and Nirvikalpa. Friends, when the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said it is really very difficult, in the Samadhi Pada, there are 4 pada. Pada means chapter. In that whole book, there are only 4 chapters. And it begins with Samadhi. Without knowing anything, he will give, see, this is the highest height you have to reach. That is the style of the ancient writers. In the Bhagavad Gita, when the Arjuna, he knelt down before the Krishna and said, I am your disciple, please teach me. Shishyasteham sadhimahaptam prapanyam. I am sorry I was going on arguing, but my mind is confused. I do not know at this moment what I should do. I see in the opposition my friends, my brothers, my parents, all they are there. How can I kill them? But no, you have to. So he sat down at the feet of the Krishna, who was his friend, and he then gave, in the 2nd chapter, Bhagavad Gita begins. Shankaracharya starts with the 2nd chapter. First chapter, despondency, it is. But the 2nd chapter begins with the Atman. But that is the highest knowledge. Then in the 3rd chapter come Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, all this, Dhyana Yoga, practices afterwards. Here also, in the Patanjali Yogadarshan, the first pada means the chapter, Samadhi. And it ends in the 51, the sloka, the mantra. Lastly it comes, and it says that in the 50th, it says, Tajja that samaskara, impression, anna samaskara pratibandhi. Tajja means that. What is that? Just before that they say, 48, the sloka, Ritambara pragya. Pragya means the knowledge. And what is Rita? Rita means the truth. Now the knowledge is nothing but the truth. The jnana, we have so many knowledge, we have so many jnana. We know what to do, what not to do, these, that. That's all knowledge. But when you get the Rita, Rita means the Satya, and that truth has no duality, it is only that truth. And when you realize that without the help of anything, obviously you become that Rita, Bhara. You become endowed with that. You become that only. So that is called Ritambara Pragya. Pragya, knowledge, Ritambara, Satya, the truth. When that comes, that means the direct realization of God without the help of anything, aparaksha anubhuti. And anubhuti, we realize something, we get some impression, some knowledges through books, through movies, through hearing, through directly seeing and all that. But it's not like that. You feel that. And there is no doubt at all. When that comes, that is the 48th, the sloka it says, then when that comes, that samskara, that impression, stop other impressions. Friends, I was in Andaman. And in Andaman, there are some people, they are not tribals, the aborigines. In the beginning, how the human being is to live, like that. I have seen them. I entered into that forest with the help of the local government and saw them, how they live. I saw them and I touched them, I gave them something. Now I have a complete realization or knowledge about those people. Now when I read something, somebody sitting somewhere in the New York, writing about them and giving, oh, they are these, they eat these, they do like this, I won't believe it. Maybe he is a great writer, researcher, but I won't believe. Why? I have seen them. That is called Rita. That is called Rita Pragya. You won't budge. When someone came and told there is no God, Sri Ramakrishna became very, what do you say? So because Sri Ramakrishna saw God, and you cannot ask him or force him to forget that. It's not possible. Whatever you may say, he will never ever change this. This is called Rita. This is a very wonderful word, Rita. Rita means you are confirmed about the truth. You will never budge an inch. Whoever says like that. Even you know that milk is white, as it says, to give the example. Even if the Veda says the milk is black, you won't believe it. No, it cannot be. So like that, the Ritam Pragya. So to go to Samadhi, all these things you have to do. Asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. And in that samadhi, you have taken the help of something. Now you are overcoming that and going into nirvikalpa samadhi with the help of Rita Pragya. This Rita, your truth. And with that pragya, that will stop other impressions. Other thoughts won't come, other thoughts won't disturb. You are confirmed on that. But you know what? Even to the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that I know, that also should go. I know about this when we say that also should go, that is also not there. Tasyapi nirodhe sarva nirodhat nirvija samadhi. No bija, no seed, that you become that. So Swami Vivekananda said, what is religion? Being and becoming. And it is so, so difficult. The Samadhi is very difficult. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning it is not that it is not possible, it is not impossible. It is possible, but really, really difficult. It is difficult because it is the mind and my mind. It is not a doctor is testing my mind and helping. No, not like that. I am actually purifying my mind. I am guiding my mind. I am controlling my mind. With the help of what? With the help of mind. The one mind which is full of different impressions, another mind which has heard, learned, got idea, and with the help of that part of mind, I am trying to fight another mind. So you can imagine it is only I can make myself purified and no one else. So a man may keep this ego even after attaining samadhi. Keep the ego after samadhi. Samadhi, when I sense is also lost. But even then, after samadhi, he keeps I. Why? To help others. Again, I will refer the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. All these scriptures that we read, it is all there in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. In the scripture says, those who are avatars, they keep the ego, I, so that they can help others. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna never could say I. Ami, that he couldn't say. He used to say this. But then again, he is the person, he retained I. How you know? He used to go into samadhi, then again to bring down the mind, he used to say, I like to meet that person, I like to eat that particular food, I like to drink a glass of water now, like this. There's some desire, so that the mind will come with the desire and he will go. It says, a man may keep his ego even after attaining samadhi. Such a man feels either that he is the servant of God or he is the lover of God. Then Shankaracharya retained the ego of knowledge to teach the main spiritual life. The servant ego, the knowledge ego, or the devotee ego may be called the ripe ego. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is this new terminology he is using, ripe ego. An unripe ego, that I associated with the body and mind. Ripe ego, I associated with the God. This is the difference. So this ripe ego, it is difficult, it is different from the unripe ego, which makes one feel I am the doer. I am the son of the wealthy person. I am learned. I am rich. How dare anyone uh, anyone insult me? A man with an unripe ego, that is, this cherishes this type of ideas. Suppose a thief has entered such a man's house and stolen some of the belongings. If the thief is caught, all the articles will be snatched away from him. Then he will be beaten. At last he will be handed over to the police. The owner of the stolen goods will say, what? This rogue doesn't know whose house he has entered? So, this is the way the ego that works. About it, we all know. The whole world is nothing but the ego. Each and every one goes on holding to the ego, and in the name of sometimes religion, sometimes language, sometimes politics, sometimes economy. So by that way, the whole world, the conflict is nothing but the ego. If we could understand this, some people are there, they like to live in a particular area, It was their land. Now we have come because we were also not having any land. But anyway, the world community has given us this plot of land. We'll be there. And then we will also go all over the world because we have education. That way we will train up and we will mix up with all this. And no, we need that particular portion also. And they are also saying the fight is going on. Who is fighting? Ordinary people? No, they are all right. Only some leaders. They think that it is their own right to fight, and who is going to kill or to be killed? Poor people. Everywhere this is going on. The person who is taking the decision, has he sent his daughter and son to fight, to be killed? No, never. Anyone from his family? No, they are all safe. And not only in that particular place where the war is going on, he will be sending them in a safest place, and then he will inspire others, go and fight, I'm at your back. Why in the back? Why not in the front? So they won't go like that. So that is the ego, and because of this ego, everywhere we suffer, human beings suffer, people suffer. Now, what is religion? Understanding this much. Constructing huge temples or synagogues or churches or the mosque, it doesn't matter at all. The whole universe is God's universe. Whether we make it a small little thing with some of the stones and that, and we give value to a golden some material, and then we think, oh, this is a gold we have given on the top of the temple, top of this and top of that. And do you think God really like it? See, everything is God's. Unnecessarily we are thinking in this way. So what is spirituality? Understanding. Clear understanding. And what is that? God has created this universe. And He has made good people and bad people. A game is constantly going on. And it will never ever stop. If we look at the history, we see the Lord Buddha tried, Krishna tried, Sri Rama tried, Jesus tried, each and every one tried. But it is all the same. Then what I should do is just like, and the Ravindranath wrote a beautiful, I think, poem as a how the shoe was discovered. This is a funny way. The king wanted to save his feet from the dust. Then he asked his minister. Minister told, we have to wash the whole world. And then that became another trouble, because the people were giving without knowing what to do, and it became muddy. Another problem. Then told, cover it with something. So they were going on killing the animals because with the skin they will cover. Then one person came, sir, shall I give you some suggestion? What is that? Why don't you cover your own feet? Because instead of covering the country that you are ruling, if you can cover your feet, then there will be no problem. And that is called Juta Abhishkar. That's a very famous. And they discovered how to, the shoe making, etc. In this world, as Swami Vivekananda said, it will be like this. But why we should practice righteousness, helping others, understanding others, and trying to withdraw the mind from the objects, becoming calm, composed, prayerful, meditative. Why? Only to help me. And what will happen ultimately? This game that is going on, made by God, the drama that is going on, repeating again and again, I am off from that, and I'll be enjoying the God's drama. In Sanskrit it called Leela. What the God is, the drama that he is doing, in Sanskrit it is Leela. So I like to enjoy the Leela, but I don't like to be a part of the Leela. So that way we have to go to that Samadhi, and Bhagavan said it is possible but difficult. One thing we can try, that is, and very easily, and we must, that whatever the I comes, we should add with it, with God. I am the Son of God. I am the daughter of God. We are the children of God. By that way, whatever I am doing, if any credit is coming, because of God. And if somebody is criticizing me, oh, I failed to God because He gave me the all knowledge, but I couldn't utilize that. So this way only, constantly attached with God, that we become a ripe ego. I will be there, but the I constantly attached with God, associated with God, and that is the only way we can go beyond suffering, and that is the secret of happiness. Thank you.
So the first question is from Abhijit Banerjee. He is asking, what should I do when I have doubts in my mind?
Doubt about what? That is the main thing. So, suppose doubt about the God's existence. I think you are meaning about that. The doubt about the God's existence. Of course, the doubt will be there. Unless and until we realize God, doubt will be there. But then you have to accept someone as your mentor, as your guide. Says Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, or Swami Vivekananda, or Ma Sharadamani Devi. When you say, since mother has said it, okay, I don't understand, I am not believing, let me do it. So that will help you to overcome the doubt. Because you do not know. And around you people, they also won't be able to help you. So you have to take the help of either Sri Ramakrishna or Swamiji or Mother or some great souls, those who have realized God. Then since they have said, they believed, let me also do it. And you know what? The truth is truth. Light will come out for sure. One day you will surely see the light and you will believe it. Thank you.
Vidyut Majumdar is asking, please let me know when soul is completely mixed with the Paramatman. In Shushupti stage, is the individual identity totally lost?
At that moment, when you are, it goes and rests with the Paramatma. That is exactly what the Prashnopanishad explain. And there it wait for you to get up. Or like your that someone guarding you, so it will be waiting as long as you are sleeping, and then you will come and join. So it is also waiting. You are not losing the individuality because all the impressions that are there, that remains there. And when it comes back, it brings back all those impressions also. And that is the difference between meditation or the dhyana and susupti. And they say in the Vedanta, they say chaturtham. Chaturtham means fourth stage. What is the fourth stage? First three common. You have to forget your body, you have to forget your mind, and the soul will go to God, and then it won't come back. It won't come back. The old went over there. It will come back with knowledge, enlightened one. So that is called the Chaturtham, the fourth stage. Jagrat, Sapna, Susupti, the waking stage, dreamless stage, dream free, and then the fourth stage, Chaturtham, and that is the enlightened. We are not enlightened, so your question, no, we are not completely disassociated. It remains with my old impression and come back with me as it was. Thank you.
Dr. Alpana Ghosh is asking, is Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Turiya the same?
Turiya, that is another word they have, yes. The Turiya, the word they have used for the fourth stage. Then Susupti, and then the fourth stage, Turiya. And that is Samadhi, Nirvikalpa or Savikalpa, whatever. But Nirvikalpa is that, we can say, there is the remaining no seed at all to come back. It becomes merged with that. So thank you, friends. Now let us chant this mantra and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.